I'm going to make it a duck's head. So that's what we're working on there. See if we can turn it into a duck's head. It's getting close. I used a draw knife and dug it down pretty good first. Get my close to what I wanted, and then we'll just carve on the rest of it. Well, I wasn't too sure on what a duck's head's supposed to look like, but I went in there and got online and looked up duck's heads on Google and sketched on there a little bit so I can get a little better idea how the duck's supposed to look. And I guess these bumps ain't supposed to be here. I thought they had raised bumps on their beak, but we're just going to get her all straightened back out, see if we can get it looking more like a duck's head and not. I don't know what it is, but we're going to work on it. One of his nostrils right in there. I guess he's got like a hook on his, a little hook, then his little crease for his mouth. So I'm going to work on one side at a time, and then I'll keep putting that mark back for that nostril there. So I don't forget what it's supposed to look like. I probably should be watching more videos myself on how to carve, because I'm not real good at it, but I'm making the knives now, so maybe as I go I'll get better and better. Okay, our duck head's coming along there. I'm just whittling little by little, trying to get it to look like the duck's head, so it's looking better. I mean, I'm not real good at the whittling part, but I'll keep going with it until I get it to look like a duck's head. We'll make a knife out of her. Nice knife handle. Okay, our duck's coming along pretty good here. It's not looking too bad. I mean, a little bit more work to do to him, but I'm going to cut a ring for this bottom now. I'm going to cut one of these copper rings. It's just copper tubing. I'll take a pipe cutter, cut it off, and get that whittled down to where that ring will fit on there. And that's just going to help the wood from splitting when you're carving. You'll just keep the wood from splitting. If you put a little pressure on it, hopefully the copper ring will be holding it so it don't split the handle. Take my time and cut them, because I don't want to push the metal, bend that metal down any. I cleaned the inside of this with a file on this edge over here. That'll be the edge I put down on the wood. Because if you notice, when you're cutting with one of these cutters, it's pushing. It shoves that metal down, and this blade's just cutting it. So it'll actually be smaller on that end than what it would be on the center or the end that I filed out. It'll be a tiny bit smaller. That cutter is just pressing right through there. Just take your time. When it gets loose, press it a little, turn the knob a little bit more, and it's coming off right now. Okay, here's our copper ring. What we'll do is we'll take a pencil, we'll center that thing up, we'll take a pencil and trace around it, so we know just how far that neck got to come down to get this spring on there. Okay, our duck head's just about done here.
I was gonna kind of not. I wasn't gonna sand it as much as I did the other ones I had, and I just glued the that copper ring on there. I got it whittled down to where the copper ring would fit on there, and then put my glue on there. So just gonna set and wait on it to dry. After it dries, we'll start on the blade for it. But it's not too bad. I mean, I'm not much of a carver, but we're just trying to make it kind of look like a duck. I'm hoping it looks like a duck. But okay, let it sit there and dry, and then we'll get on the blade. Alright, I think we got our duck head done here. He don't look too bad. I'm not real good with the eyes on that duck. The nose, I actually took a piece of metal and I carved it out and I heated it up and I burnt the nose in. I just burnt them in, and it seemed like it was a lot easier for me because I'm not real good at the carving yet. But I'm sure one day I'll get a little better. The eyes don't look too bad, but they're not as detailed as I'd like them, and they're not symmetrical as good as I'd like to see them, but it don't look too bad. It does look like a duck. And I got the blade pretty much done, and I've done the best I can on the blade. I'll buff it up a little bit more. But what we're going to work on now is we're going to put our blade inside, and we're going to glue this all together. That's a 3/8 thick here. And then we're going to take our wood, we're going to glue our wood blocks, and we're going to tap them down inside there. We'll get them, they're pretty tight, so we'll get them tapped down inside there, and that'll once we glue them, that'll hold our little carving blade in there. So that's our next step, is getting this thing glued together, and then we're going to put a little bit of the clear coat that we put on these on there. But I think what I'm going to do this time, I covered right over the copper ring there. So this time I'm not going to cover over the ring. I'm going to tape the ring off and tape the blade, and try not to get any on the copper and on the blade. So let's get this thing glued up. Okay, I put a little bit of water down in there, and then I dipped both my pieces of wood down in there. I guess that's what it says to do with the I use a Gorilla Glue. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue down in here. And then we'll move that around in there a little bit. Then we'll take a little bit of that glue and put on our blade. Then we'll put a little bit of glue on this part. Then we'll slide our blade down in there where we want it. And I just wanted it kind of level with the bottom here, just so it's straight up and down with the bottom of this. Then we'll take our blocks of wood, and we'll get some glue on them. I glue them too. A little bit on both sides. A little bit on this side. Smear it around there. We'll get this one started down in the hole. And then we'll glue our other one. Get some glue on both sides of it, same way. Now I'm not saying this is the right way to do it, it's just the way I'm doing it. So if you see something I'm doing wrong, it's probably because I don't know no better. I'm just doing it the way I've seen it done or think it should be done. So I'll get this and started down in here. Pull that one out a little bit more. Come on, boy. I'm going to switch them around here. No, I had, there you go. Now get me a little hammer. Just tap them down inside there. Alright, we took a little coping saw there and we cut that off, the extra there. And I'll let that glue dry up. And we'll clean that up a little better. But it don't look too bad. So, it don't look too bad on there. And it looks about the same as this one, it's just not cleaned up yet. So as soon as we get her cleaned up, it'll be a nice little knife, hopefully. I think it will. While I'm sitting here waiting on that to dry, I'm going to take this little knife and make little nicks in here where it looks like it's the feathers. I thought that it looked pretty good with the nicks in it. Kind of looks like feathers a little bit. Now the beak's nice and smooth. So what we're going to do is just going to take and make little nicks so it looks like we have feathers on there. Now while that handle's drying, I think we're good enough to put some clear on this thing. So we're going to go ahead and give it a good coat of clear. And should turn out pretty good. I just put that in a little pair of vice grips to hold it straight up, nice and lightly on there. It's not real hard on there, but probably put a few coats on here. I don't know exactly how many, but I guess till we're done putting it on. I wish I could have done a little better job on the eyes, but I'm not sure how. I'll probably have to watch some videos on YouTube to help me learn how to do more of that. I probably could use a good set of carving tools. I'm not using anything good right now, just whatever I've made. That's all I've been using. But I enjoy doing it, so I may end up buying a good set of carving tools. I didn't think I would like doing it as much as I have, but I did. It's pretty cool. Take a piece of wood and turn it into something that's pretty neat. Now I got my old trusty brush. I just cut a piece of that foam brush off because I don't need that big brush to do this little piece here, so I just cut a piece off of it, and I'll throw this away and cut another piece off until I got enough of that to do this whole handle. It don't look too bad. It soaks in pretty good though, I tell you. Now when we're done with this, let this dry, and then we'll come back over it and we'll put we'll take that steel wool and we'll steel wool over it real good, and we'll do that until we get it coated real shiny, sort of like these ones. I want it to be nice and shiny. Okay, this is actually our third coat. I put another coat on there, but I'm sure y'all don't want to sit there and watch me put coats of clear on this thing. So this is the third coat, and this might be all I put on it. I don't know if I'm going to put any more on it or not. It looks pretty good, and so although the more coats you put on it, the better it looks. That don't look too bad. We'll let that set up, and I think that's going to be good on the coats of clear. I think it'll be pretty good. Okay, everybody, our duck is done, and it turned out pretty good. And I actually made this knife for my brother. It's a carving knife, and I think it's set up pretty good. He had actually given me a bird feeder. He makes these out in California, and these things are pretty awesome. That's something like you'd see me building on my videos. He don't have no videos, so I thought I'd show this thing off. This is definitely cool. We're going to get this thing set up, and I'm going to videotape putting it up. I'm going to find an old nasty post out in the woods, and we're going to take it and set it up, and we'll do a video of setting that bird feeder up. But I did want to show you guys the knife. It's all finished. It turned out pretty good. Like I said, I'm not too sure on how long these knives will hold an edge. They're made out of sawzall blades, as you've seen. So we got an edge on it. It's pretty good. And I wanted to tell everybody thanks for watching our video, and don't forget to subscribe or leave us a message or thumbs up or thumbs down. Until next time. Tell them bye, Libby. Tell them bye. Bye. See you guys later.